How to write our first Django app. This is Django 1.8 tutorial. So first I am going to create a folder named first Django. Okay. Then here I am going to create a virtual environment. So you can see the virtual environment here. So I am going to activate it. So here you can see the name of the virtual environment. That means the environment is activate. Then I am going to install Django. You can use this command pip install the Django. So you can see that it is downloading Django 1.8.3 and installed. You can check in Python console, Python import the Django. See, it's working. Then go to this tutorial. It's a part 1. So first I am going to create a project. So for that you can execute this command, start project, then name of the project. Here name of the project is my site. Then do ls. You can see the project here. So inside that project you can see a my manager.py, then another folder, my site. Let me check what inside of that folder. You can see settings.py, urs.py, then wsgi.py, or you can use the tree command. So that will show the structure. Okay. Then so our project is ready. Then next step is to set up database. So go to settings.py, there you can see the database configuration. So here, so by default it's configured to SQLite. So if you want to configure, if you want to use MySQL or a PostgreSQL database, you have to configure that here. So I'm not going to change here, so I'm going to use the default SQLite database. Okay. Then I am going to run this python manager.py migrate command. So this command look at installed app in the settings.py. So if you go to in settings.py, you can see installed app tuple here. So that is the that contains the app. So when you run this Django, so python manager.py migrate, it will take these apps and create the necessary tables. So let me try. So for that we need to go to my site folder where this manual.py. So let me run this python manual.py migrate command. So you can see that it is creating tables. So if you do ls, you can see the SQLite database here. So this python manual.py migrate command will create the database and create the tables in it. Okay. After that we can run the server. So this command will run the server. So our server is running at this location. So let me open it in the browser. See, it's worked. Your first Django powered page is ready. Now I have created a project. The next I am going to create an application. To create an application, we have to run this python manual.py startup command. So let me copy this. Stop the server. Then run python manual.py startup polls. Here polls is this is the name of the app. Then do ls. You can see the polls folder here. Let me try check what is inside. So this is the structure of polls application. Inside that polls application you can see admin.py, one init.py, then one migration folder. Inside that one init.py, then one models.py, test.py and views.py. Okay. Then I am going to create my own table. For that we need to edit this models.py inside in our polls app. So let me open models.py, polls models.py. So by default it will be empty. So here I am going to paste these two classes. So this will create tables named question and choice. So let me save it. Then I need to add the model which I need to add the application which I created in installed app. So in settings.py, in installed app, you have to add the application. So here we need to add the application polls. Then save it. Then we need to create the tables which we defined in the models, right? So for that first we need to generate the migration script for the tables which we added in the polls application. So for that we need to run this command. You can see that it's created a 1001 initial.py. Actually where it's created so actually it's created in polls folder under migration folder. So here you can see the 001 initial.py. So actually if you open that one, you can see what this migration script is doing. Actually it's create a folder, it's create the tables. So that is this 001 initial.py has the script to create the our tables. So if you want to see the SQL script, you can run this command python-py SQL migrate, the name of the application, then the name of the migrate script. Here this 0001 means this one. That's what we are given here. So let me execute this. So you can see the actual SQL command here. So it will do create table polls underscore choice, then create table polls underscore questions, then create table polls underscore choice underscore new. So it's actually creating 3 tables. So these 2 model definitions created 3 tables. So we have seen the query. So now we need to execute this query. For that we need to run this command python-py migrate. So actually this command only creates the tables in the database. You can see it's creating tables. So it's done. So it's applying polls up dot 0001 underscore initial.py. It's okay, it's done. Now you can actually Django provides a shell, so you can use that shell to try your Django models. So you can using that shell you can insert data into the model, you can fetch data from the model, you can do a lot those kind of things. So let me execute that shell command python-py shell, then you will get a console similar to Python. So this is a Django console. So here you can import your models like this. So here I have imported the models question and choice. Then I can query all the rows from the question table. Right now there is nothing. Similarly I can query all the rows from choice table. There is nothing. So I am going to import this time zone module. Then I am going to create an object of question model. So I have created an object of question model with test this one and pub date this one. So I just created the object, I haven't inserted that object into the table. So still if you query from questions table, you will not get any because I haven't saved this object. So I have to save like object name dot save. So this will insert this object into the question table. How it's done. Now if we query from the question, table, you will get the object. See, similarly that query you can save it in a variable, the query result. This is the result. That's the list. Take the first one, so you can check the ID, you can check the question text. What is text? It's what's new, this one. Then the publish date, this is the publish date. Okay, this way you can insert rows into the table. Then you have seen that right now when I query it's showing like this, right? So actually this text we can change. For that we need to put this into our models. So we can put anything here. If you return some string here, that will show there. So let me put this string there. So I have to exit, then open models.py, then put that there, then put this one in the second model. Then save it, then go to shell, then import this one, import the models, then query. Now if we query, you can see now the that text is, that label is changed, right? Now you can see the original, then you can here itself we can identify what is object, but in the previous case you can't identify. If there is 100 object in the list, you can't identify what is so we have to give a meaningful name to the object. So that's the use of that double underscore str method in the class. In Python 2, if you are using Python 2, you have to use double underscore Unicode. So this will not work. If this is not working, you can use this method. You can, instead of this, you can use double underscore Unicode. So that they have explained here. Okay, you can try these things. So similarly they have added one more method in the question model. So let me add it. In the question model they have this method. So if you call question object dot was published recently, it will check pub date is greater than or equal to timestone dot now minus datetime dot datetime delta 1. So that calculation it will do. So for that we need to include this import also here. Okay, so I added this method into the question class. Then let me save it and go to the shell, then import the model, then query the question object, then question object, first question object dot what is a column, question text. Okay, then update. So we can invoke the method which we added. This one we can invoke. So this actually we added in the question class, so we can do question object dot was published recently. So if there is one import error, I have imported the datetime. So let me exit and go to models. Actually I have to import this datetime here, then save it. Then import it. Actually we can do like this also. The first one question can't. Okay, leave it. Some sorry, I didn't open the shell actually. What I'm doing. So you can do question object dot was published recently. See, it's true. So you can try all those things. So this is a part 1 of writing your first Django app. So once you complete this part 1, you can go to part 2. In part 2 there actually is, so here we are explaining about admin. Okay.